been to the zoo. I've been to the zoo. Mister, I've been to the zoo.
I'm sorry. Were you talking to me?
I went to the zoo, and then I walked until I came here. And I've been walking north.
North? Why? I think
Is
so.
that Fifth Avenue over there?
Why, yes. Yes, it
And
is.
what about that cross street over there to the right?
That? Oh, that's 74th Street.
The zoo's around 65th Street. So I've been walking north.
Yes, it would seem so.
Good old north. But not due north.
Well, no, not due north, but call it north. It's northern.
Oh, boy, hey, you're not going to get lung cancer now, are you?
No, sir, not from this.
Oh, no, sir. You'll probably get his cancer of the mouth. And then you'll have to wear one of those things Freud had to wear when they took that whole side of his jaw away. What do they call those things again?
A prosthesis?
Oh, the very thing! A prosthesis. You're an educated man, aren't you? Are you a doctor?
No. I read about it somewhere. Time magazine, I think.
Oh, hey, now, Time magazine isn't for blockheads now, is it?
No, I suppose not.
I'm sure glad that's Fifth Avenue over there.
Yes.
I, don't like the west side of the park much.
Oh. Why?
I don't know.
Oh.
Do you mind if we talk?
No.
Oh,
no.
You do. You do.
No, really, I don't mind.
Yes, you do.
Really, I don't mind at all.
It's a nice day.
Yes, yes it is. Lovely.
I've been to the zoo.
Yes, I think you said so. Didn't you?
Bet you've got TV, huh?
Why, yes, we have two. One for the children.
Oh, you're married!
Why, certainly.
Oh, it's not a law, for God's sake.
No, of course not.
You have a wife.
Yes,
You have children.
yes, two.
Boys?
No, girls. Both. Girls.
But you want boys.
Well, naturally every man wants a son,
But that's the way the cookie crumbles.
I wasn't going to say that.
You're not going to have any more children now, are you?
No, no more. Why did you say that? How would you know about that?
But maybe the way you cross your legs, or perhaps something in the voice. Or maybe I'm just guessing. Is it your wife?
That's none of your business! Do you understand? Well, you're right. We'll have no more children.
That is the way the cookie crumbles.
Yes, I guess so.
Do you mind if I ask you questions?
Oh, not really.
I'll tell you why I hey, give me a beer, or where's the John, or what time does the feature go on, or hey, keep your hands to yourself, buddy, you know, things like that. But every so often, I really like to talk to somebody, you know, like really talk. You get to know somebody, get to know all about it.
And am I the guinea pig for today?
On a beautiful Sunday afternoon like this, who better than a nice married man with 2 daughters and a dog? No? 2 dogs? No dogs? Oh. Well, that is a shame. But you look like an animal man, though. Cats! Cats! Oh, no! Oh, no, that can't possibly have been your idea. Oh, God. Oh, no, sir. Your wife and daughters? Is there anything else I should know?
There are 2 parakeets. One for each of my daughters.
Birds.
My daughters keep them in a cage in their bedroom.
Do they carry disease? Oh, the birds.
No, I don't think so.
That's too bad. If they did, you could let them loose in the house and the cats could eat them and die, maybe. and what else? What do you do to feed your enormous household?
I have an executive position with a small publishing house. We publish textbooks.
Sounds nice. Very nice. How much do you make?
Now look
Oh,
here.
come on.
Well, I make around $200,000 a year, but I don't carry more than $40 around at any one time. That is, in case you're a hold-up man.
Where do you live? I'm not going to rob you, and I'm not going to kidnap your cats, your parakeets, or your daughters.
I live between Lexington and 3rd Avenue on 74th Street.
That wasn't so hard now, was it?
Look, I didn't mean to seem... It's just that you don't really carry on a conversation. You just ask questions. And I'm normally reticent. Why do you just stand there?
Say, what's the dividing line between upper middle class and lower upper middle class?
My dear fellow...
Don't my dear fellow me!
Was I patronizing? I believe I was. I'm sorry. You see, it's just that your question about the classes bewildered me.
And when you're bewildered, you become patronizing?
I don't express myself well sometimes. I'm in publishing, not writing.
So be it. The truth is, I was being patronizing.
Oh, now you needn't say that.
All right, now, who are your favorite writers? Stephen King and Baudelaire?
I like a great many writers. I have a considerable catholicity of taste, if I may say so. Both of those men are fine, each in his way. Baudelaire, of course, is by far the finer of the two. But Stephen King has a place in our national...
Skip it.
I'm sorry.
Do you know what I did before I went to the zoo today? I walked all the way up Fifth Avenue from Washington Square. All the way.
Oh, you live in Greenwich Village.
No, I don't. I took the subway to the village so I could walk all the way up to that. See, it's one of those things a man has to do. Sometimes a man has to go a long distance out of his way to come back a short distance correctly.
Oh. I thought you lived in Greenwich Village.
What are you trying to do? Make sense of things? Bring order pigeonholed bin? Well, that's easy. I'll tell you. I live in a 4-story brownstone rooming house on the Upper West Side between Columbus Avenue and Central Park West. I live on the 4th floor, rear west. My room is a laughably small room, and one of my walls is made of beaverboard. On the other side of this beaverboard wall is another laughably small room. So I assumed that once those 2 rooms were in fact one room, which is still small, but not necessarily laughable. In the room beyond my beaverboard lives a colored queen who always keeps his door open. Well, not always, but always when he's plucking his eyebrows, which he does with Buddhist-like concentration. See, the colored queen has rotted teeth, which is rare. He also has a Japanese kimono, which is also pretty rare. Now, the colored queen wears this kimono to and from the John, which is pretty frequently. I mean to say, he uses the John now. Now, he never bothers me. He never brings anyone up to his room. All he does is pluck his eyebrows, wear his kimono, and go to the John. There are 2 other rooms on my floor, and they're a little bigger, but still small. And one of them was a Puerto Rican family, a husband, a wife, some children. I can count. Now they entertain a lot. And in the other room, there's someone living there. I just don't know who. I've never seen. Never. Never ever.
Why do you live there?
I don't know.
It doesn't sound like a very nice place where you live.
Oh, well, it's not an apartment in the East 70s. But then again, I don't have a wife, 2 daughters, 2 cats, and 2 parakeets. What I do have, I have some toilet articles, some clothes, a hot plate, which I'm not supposed to have, a can opener that operates with a key, you know, a knife, 2 spoons, 2 forks, and 1 small, 1 large, 8 or 9 books, 2 picture frames, both empty, 3 plates, a saucer, a cup, a drinking glass, a pack of pornographic playing cards, regular deck, an old Western Union typewriter that only types capital letters, and a strong box without a lock. It has in it what? Rocks. Some rocks. Sea-rounded rocks I picked up on the beach when I was a kid. And underneath those rocks, way down, are some letters. Please, letters. Please, when will you do this? And please, why don't you do that, letters? And then when letters still? When will you write? When will you come? When? These letters are from more recent years.
About those 2 empty picture frames,
What? I would have thought they needed no explanation. Isn't it clear? I don't have pictures of anyone to put in them.
your parents, perhaps a girlfriend?
You're a very sweet man, and you're possessed of a truly enviable innocence. A good old mom and good old pop are dead, you know? Oh, and I'm broken up about it too. Really, I am. But that particular part of the act is playing the cloud circuit right now, so I don't really see how I can look at them all neat and framed. Besides, good old mom walked out on good old pop when I was 10 and a half years old. She took an adulterous turn of our southern states, a journey of a year's duration, and during that time, one of her frequent companions, among others, many others, was a Mr. Barleycorn. At least that's what good old Pop said when he went down, came back, and brought a body up north. And you see, we heard the news between Christmas and New Year's that good old mom had parted with the ghost in some dump in Alabama. And without the ghost, she was less welcome. I mean, what was she? A stiff? A northern stiff? At any rate, good old Pop celebrated the New Year's and even 2 weeks before he walked smack right into the front of a somewhat moving city omnibus. So that kind of cleared things out in the way of family. Well, no. There was Mom's sister. Now, she was a woman neither inclined towards sin nor the consolations of the body. I moved in on her, and my memory of her is slight, except that she did all things dourly. Eating, sleeping, working, praying. She dropped dead on the front steps of her apartment, on my apartment then too, on the day of my high school graduation. A terribly Middle European joke, if you ask me.
Oh my. Oh my.
Oh, you're what? It was a long time ago, and I don't have any feelings about it, but I care to admit to myself. But maybe now you can see why good old Mom and good old Pop remain friends. What's your name? You first.
I'm Peter.
I've forgotten to ask you. I'm Jerry.
Hello, Jerry.
Anyway, what's the point of having a girl's picture in 2 frames? I had 2 picture frames, you remember? And besides, I never see the pretty little ladies more than once anyway. And most of them would never be caught dead in the same room with the camera. It's odd. Wonder if it's sad.
The girl?
No. You never see the pretty little ladies more than once. I've never been able to have sex with, or how would you put it, make love to anyone more than once. Once. That's it. Oh, no, wait. No. For about a week and a half, when I was 15, and I hang my head in shame when puberty came late, I was an HOMOSEXUAL. I mean, I was queer. Queer, with bells a ringing and banners waving in the breeze. And for those 11 days, I met twice a day with a park superintendent's son, a Greek boy. His birthday was the same as mine, except he was a year older. I think I was very much in love. Maybe just with the sex. But that was the jazz of a very special hotel now, wasn't it? And now, oh, do I love the little ladies. Really, I did. For about an hour.
Well, it seems perfectly simple to me.
Well, what? What, you gonna tell me to get married and have parakeets?
Look, forget the parakeets. And stay single if you want to. It's no business of mine. I'm not the one who brought up this conversation.
All right. Look, I'm sorry. All right? You're not mad?
No, I'm not mad.
Good. You know, it's funny, she would ask me about the pornographic playing cards.
Oh, I've seen those cards.
Oh, that's not the point. Oh, I bet when you were a kid, you and your friends passed them around, or, I bet you had a pack of your own.
Well, I guess we all did.
Oh, and I suppose you threw them away just before you got married.
Look here, I didn't need anything like that when I got older.
No.
I'd rather not talk about these things.
So? Don't. Besides, I ain't to plumb your post-adolescent sexual life in hard times. What I'm trying to get at is the value difference between pornographic playing cards when you're a kid and pornographic playing cards when you're an adult. You see, when you're a kid, you use the cards as a substitute for the real experience. But when you're an adult, you use the real experience as a substitute for the fantasy. But I suppose you'd rather hear about what happened at the zoo.
Oh, yes, the zoo. That is, if you
All right, I'll tell you about what happened. Well, actually, no. Let me tell you some things first. All right, so I told you about the fourth floor of my rooming house. Now, I think the rooms get nicer as you go down floor by floor. I think. I don't know. I don't know anyone living on the second or third floor. Well, no, actually, yes, no, I do. I know there's a woman living on the second floor because every time I pass by her door, I can hear her crying. It's every time going in or out. I can always hear her muffled cry. And it's muffled, but it's very determined. Very determined indeed. But what I mean to get at, and all about the dog, is the landlady. Now, Peter, I don't like to use words that are too harsh in describing people. I don't. Landlady is a mean, ugly, stupid, cheap, misanthropic, ugly bag of garbage. You may have noticed I don't use profanity all that often, so I can't describe it as well as I might.
You described her vividly.
Oh, well, thank you. At any rate, the landlady, she has a dog, and I will tell you about the dog. Now, the landlady and the dog, they are the gatekeepers to my dwelling. Now, the lady's bad enough. The landlady leans about the entrance hall, spying to see that I don't bring in things or people. And after she's had her mid-afternoon pint of lemon-flavored gin, she stops me, grabs a hold of my coat and my arm, presses her disgusting body against mine, and holds me in a corner so we can talk. The smell of her breath and her body. Peter, you can't imagine it. Somewhere in the back of that pea-sized brain of hers, an organ developed just enough to let her eat, breathe, and emit. She has some foul parody of sexual desire. And I, Peter, I am the object of her sweaty lust.
That's horrible. That's disgusting.
But I found a way to keep her off. Whenever she corners me, whenever she presses her disgusting I simply say, but love, wasn't yesterday enough for you? Or the day before that? And then she puzzles. And she makes slits of her tiny eyes, and she sways back and forth. And then, Peter, and this is when I think I might be actually doing some good in that tormented house. Then, a simple-minded smile begins to form on that unwrinkable face. And she begins to grow, murmur about yesterday and the day before that, reliving and enjoying what never was. And then she beckons to that black monster of a dog. She returns to her room. I am safe until our next meeting.
It's unthinkable that people like that really are.
It's for reading about, isn't it?
Yes.
Facts better like fiction, Peter. Now, but what I've been meaning to tell you about is the dog. I shall. Now.
Yes, the dog.
You're not thinking about leaving, are you? Don't go.
No, I don't think I was.
Because after I tell you about the dog, then Peter, then I'll tell you what happened at the zoo.
You're full of stories, aren't you?
You don't have to listen. No one's holding you here. Keep that in your mind. Remember that.
I know that.
You do? Good. All right. The story of Jerry and the dog. Now, Peter, when I something to do with how sometimes you have to go a long distance out of your way to come back a short distance correct. Or maybe I just think it has something to do with that. But it's why I went to the zoo today, and why I walked northerly rather, so I came here. So, anyway, the dog. I think I told you, is a black monster of a beast with an oversized head, tiny, tiny ears, and eyes bloodshot. That's what I think. The body, you can see the lips through. The dog's black. All black. All black except the eyes. And oh, yes. And an open sore on its right forepaw. And and the poor monster, and I do believe it is an old dog, certainly a misused one, always has an erection of sorts. That's right too. And what else? Oh, yes. And then there's the whitish, yellowish gray color when it bears its fangs, like this. Ah! Did that the very first day I met it. The day I moved in. See, Peter, this dog had me worried from the very first minute I met him. Now, animals don't take to me like St. Francis at birds act. I mean, animals are different from me, like people, most of the time. But not this dog. This dog wasn't indifferent. From the very beginning, he'd snarl at me to make for my life. And it wasn't like he was rabid either. Yeah, he was a stumbly dog, but it wasn't half-assed. It was a good stumbly run. I always got away. Well, see here? Got my trouser leg right there where it's mended. Got that the second day I lived there. But I kicked free, and that was the end of that. Now, this day, I don't know how the other owners manage it. Do you know what I think? I think it had only to do with me. Cozy. So, anyway, this went on for about a week. And always when I came in, but never when I went out. It was funny, or was funny. I mean, for all the dog cared, I could live on this street. But anyway, this went on for a week. One time, I was up in my room thinking about it after I bolted up the stairs. I decided, first, I would kill the dog with kindness. And if that didn't work, well, then I'd just kill the dog. Oh, don't react, Peter, just listen. So, I went and I bought a bag of hamburgers. Medium rare, no onions, no ketchup. And I threw away the buns as I walked down the street. When I arrived, there the dog was, waiting for me. Figures. I half opened the door to the entrance hall. There he was waiting. I entered, cautiously. I had the bag of burgers, you remember. Took out the meat, placed it about 12 feet from where the beast waited. Stomped it. Beast snarled. Stop snarling. Stick the air. Move. Faster and faster towards the meat. What do you got for me? He stopped. He looked at me. I smiled. Understand? He looked back at me. Sit. Smell the air a few more times. And then, he's torn! It was just like he'd never eaten anything in his life before except like garbage. And for all I know, that may have well been the truth. I don't think the landlady ever eats anything other than garbage. But But he tore into it. He tried to eat it all at once. He was making sounds in his throat like a woman. And when he'd finished, he'd eaten all the meat, he would try to eat the paper. He sat down, and he smiled. At least I think he smiled. I know cats do. He smiled. It was a very gratifying few moments. And then BAM! He went for me. But I got up the stairs and I got away. Now up in my room, I was offended. And I was damn mad too. I mean, that was 6 perfectly good hamburgers without enough pork on them to make them disgusting. All gone to waste. I was offended. Then I thought about it. And I decided to try it again. See what I figured? I figured the dog had what amounted to do about an antipathy for me. And I thought I might overcome this antipathy. So, I tried it again. It went on for about 5 more days. And every time, it was the same. Snarl, sniff, move, faster, stop, stare. Ah! Smile, bam! But every time I got away. Now about this time, Columbus Avenue was strewn with hamburger rolls. And I was more disgusted than offended. So, I decided to kill the dog. No, don't be so alarmed, Peter. I didn't succeed. The day I decided to kill the dog, I bought only one hamburger. And what I bought was a murderous portion of rat poison. When I bought the burger, I asked for it without a bun. Now, I thought this would elicit like some strange reaction like, oh, we don't sell no burgers without no buns. Oh, what you gonna do, eat it out of your hands? But no. The man smiled benignly, wrapped it up in wax paper foam, handed it to me, and then he said, a bite for your pussy cat? Now, I wanted to say, well, no, it's actually part of a plot to murder a dog I know. But you can't say a dog I know without sounding strange, so I said, a little too loudly, and I think a bit too formally, yes, a bite for my pussy cat! Everybody laughed. That happens every time I do try to simplify things. Everyone looks. I don't understand it. But that's neither hither nor thither. Anyway, on my way back to the rooming house, I needed the meat and the rat poison together between my hands. Feeling about as much sadness as disgust. When I got back to the rooming house, there the monster was, waiting to take the offering and then jump me. Poor bastard never understood that that moment he took the smile always gave me enough time to get out of range. But there he was, malevolence with an erection. I took the poison patty, placed it, entrance hall, and walked back to the stairs to watch. The poor animal gobbled the food down as usual. Smile, which almost made me sick, and BAM! I bolted up the stairs as usual, and the dog did not get me as usual. And then it came to pass that the beast fell deathly ill. I know this because he didn't attend me anymore. I also know this because the landlady wasn't drinking anymore. She had accosted me in the hall the night of the attempted murder, and bewildered lust was forgotten, and her eyes seemed opened for the first time. They seemed like dog's eyes. She said to me that God had struck her puppy dog a surely fatal blow and asked me to pray for him. I wanted to say, well, madam, I have myself to pray for, the colored queen, the Puerto Rican family, the man I've never seen, the woman who cries behind the door deliberately, and all people in all rooming houses everywhere. Besides, madam, I don't know how to pray. But to simplify things, I said that I would. She said to me, no, I was a liar, and I probably wanted her dog to die. And I said, and there was never so much truth in this. I said, no, I don't want the dog to die. And I didn't. Not just because I poisoned the dog, either. Peter, I'm afraid I must tell you, I wanted the dog to live. Because I wanted to see what our new relationship might come to. Peter, you must understand, this sort of thing is important. Peter, you gotta believe me. We have to know the consequences of our actions. Anyway, the dog recovered. I don't know how, unless he was some ancestor of the puppy that guarded the gates of hell or some such sort. I'm not up on mythology, are you? Yeah, never mind that. At any rate, and you missed the $8,000 question, Peter. At any rate, the dog recovered, and the landlady recovered her thirst, in no way altered by the Bow Wow's deliverance. Now, when I came home from a movie on 42nd Street, a movie I'd seen before, one that was much like the one I'd seen before, many I'd seen before, after the landlady told me about Hoochie Woochie's recovery, I so hoped for the dog to be waiting for me. I was, what's the word? Enticed? No. Fascinated? No. That's not it. Heart-shatteringly anxious. That's it. I was heart-shatteringly anxious to confront my friend again. Yes, Peter, friend. That's the only word for it. I was heart-shatteringly anxious, etc., to confront my doggy friend again. So, I returned to the rooming house. I strode, unafraid, to the center of the entrance hall, where the dog was waiting for me, looking at me. I stopped. I looked at him. He looked at me. We stayed a long time that way. Still. Stone statue. We stared into each other's faces for a long time. I longer than the dog. I can concentrate longer on looking into a dog's face than the dog can look into my face or anyone else's face for that matter. But for that 20 seconds or 2 hours that we stood there staring into each other's face, we made contact. Now here's what I wanted to happen. I loved the dog now, and I wanted the dog to love me. I had tried to love, and I had tried to kill, and both had been a failure. I hoped. Yeah, I don't understand why. I don't know why I expected the dog to understand anything, much less my motivations. I hope the dog would understand. It's just that, well, it's just that if you can't deal with people, you gotta make a start somewhere. Well, with animals. Don't you see? A person's gotta have to have a way of dealing with something, if not with people, something with a cockroach, with a bed, with a mirror. No, a mirror, that's too hard. That's a later stage. With a cockroach, with a carpet, with clothes. No, not a, that's a mirror too. Always check bleeding. With a street corner with too many street lights, with all colors reflecting off the oily wet streets, with a wisp of smoke, with pornographic playing cards, with a strong box, without a lock, with vomiting, with crying because the pretty little ladies aren't pretty little ladies, with making money with your body, which is an act of love, and I could prove it, with howling because you're alive, with God, who is a colored queen, who wears a kimono and plucks his eyebrows, who is a woman crying deliberately behind a closed door. With God, who I'm told turned his back on the whole mess a long time ago. But someday with people, with an idea, with a concept, and where better than this whole humiliating excuse for a prison, where better to communicate one simple-minded idea than in an entrance hall? It would be a start, a beginning. It would be a beginning, the start of a beginning, to understand and just possibly be understood. What better for a beginning of an understanding than with a dog? Just that. A dog. It seemed like a perfectly simple idea. I mean, man's dog's best friend. So, the dog and I stared into each other's faces. I longer than the dog. And what I saw then has been the same ever since. Whenever we see each other, we regard each other with a mixture of sadness and suspicion, and then we feign indifference. Then we pass by each other in safety. See, we have an understanding. We tried to love and we tried to kill, and both have been unsuccessful. Made many attempts at contact, and all have failed. Wait, it's sad, but you have to admit it is an understanding. The dog has returned to garbage, and I have returned to solitary with free passage. I've never gone back. I mean to say I have gained solitary free passage. I mean, if that much gain can be said, if that was lost can be said to be gained. See, I've learned that neither kindness nor cruelty, independent of each other, produce any outcome other than themselves. But together, combined, that's the teaching emotion. And what is gained is lost. And what has been the outcome? We neither harm nor hurt because we do not try to reach each other. Was trying to feed the dog an act of love? And was the dog trying to bite me not an act of love? If we can so confuse, why have we invented the word love in the first place?
Story of Jerry and the dog.
Well, Peter, what do you think? Think I could sell that one to Reader's Digest and make a couple $100 for the most unforgettable character I've ever met? Huh? Well, Peter, tell me what you think.
I mean to say that I just don't Why did you tell me all of this?
Why not?
I don't understand.
It's a lie.
No, it's not.
Look, I explained it to you. I went slowly. Look, okay, it all has to
I don't
do
want to hear any more. I don't understand you or your landlady or her dog.
Her her dog! I thought it was mine! No. No, you're right. It is her dog. I don't know what I was thinking. Of course you don't understand. I don't live in your block. I'm not married to two parakeets or whatever your setup is. I'm permanent transient, and my home is the disgusting rooming houses on the west side of New York City, which is the greatest city in all the world, amen.
Look, I'm sorry. I didn't mean
Forget
to.
it. I suppose you don't quite know what to make of me, huh?
We get all kinds in publishing.
You're a funny guy. You know that? You're a very richly comedic person.
Not really.
Peter, do I annoy and confuse you?
Well, I must confess, this wasn't the type of afternoon I anticipated.
I mean, I'm not the man you were expecting.
I wasn't expecting anybody.
No, I don't suppose you were. But I'm here. I'm not leaving.
Well, you may not be, but I must be getting home now.
Oh, come on, Peter. Stay a while longer.
No, really, I should go.
Oh,
You see.
come on! Come on, Peter! Come on!
No!
Come on! Don't stay a while longer, Peter! Peter.
Oh, what?
What? Listen now.
Oh, what is it, Jerry?
Oh, Peter. Do you want to know what happened at the zoo?
Oh, what? Oh, yes, the zoo. Oh. Well, I had my own zoo there for a moment with the parakeets getting dinner ready and the...
Yes, that was very funny, Peter. I hadn't expected. Do you want to know what happened at the zoo or not?
Yes, by all means. Tell me what happened at the zoo. Oh my. I don't know what happened to me.
Now I'll tell you what happened at the zoo. But first, let me tell you why I went to the zoo. Now, I went to the zoo to discover more about the way people exist with animals, and how animals exist with each other, and with people too. Now, I suppose it wasn't a fair test, but with everyone separated from one another by bars, but I mean, if it's a zoo, then, well, that's how it is. Move over.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Now, all the animals are there, and all the people are there, and it's Sunday, so all the children are there. Now, move over. All right. Now it's a hot day, so all the stench is there, and all the balloon sellers are there, and all the ice cream sellers are there, and all the seals are barking, and all the birds are screaming. Move over.
Look here, you have more than enough
And it's
room.
feeding time at the lion's house. And the lion keeper goes in one of the lion cages. One of the lion cages to feed one of the lions. Move over!
I can't move over anymore! And stop hitting me! What's the matter with you?
Don't you want to hear the rest of the story?
I'm not so sure. I certainly don't want to be punched in the arm.
Like that!
Stop it! What's the matter with
I'm
you?
crazy, you bastard.
That isn't funny.
Listen to me, Peter. I want this bench. You go sit on that bench over there, and if you're a good boy, I'll tell you the rest of the story.
Whatever for? What is the matter with you? I see no reason why I should give up this bench. I sit on this bench almost every Sunday afternoon in good weather. It's secluded here. There's never anyone sitting here, so I have it all to myself.
Give me the bench, Peter. I want it.
No!
I said I want this bench, Peter, and I'm going to have it. Now get over there.
People can't have everything they want. You should know that. It's a rule. People can have some of the things they want, but they can't have everything.
Imbecile! You're slow-witted.
Stop that!
Oh, you're a vegetable. Go lie down on the ground.
Now you listen to me. I've put up with you all afternoon.
Oh, not really.
Long enough! I've put up with you long enough. I've listened to you because you seemed... Because I thought you wanted to talk to someone.
Oh, you put things well, economically, and yet, what's the word I want to use to put justice to? Jesus, you make me sick. Now get off here and give me my bench.
My bench!
Get out of my sight.
Damn you, that's enough! I've had enough of you! Now this is my bench, and you can't have it, and that's that! Now go away! Go away, I said! You better go away. If you don't move on, you're a bum. That's what you are. If you don't move on, I'll call a policeman here, and he'll make you move. I warn you, I'll call a policeman.
You're not going to find any police officers around here. They're all over on the west side of the park, chasing berries out of trees and out of the bushes. It's what they do. It's their function. So scream your head off, but it won't do you any good.
Police! I warn you, I'll have you arrested.
Oh, yeah.
Police! I said police! You're ridiculous.
You look ridiculous. A grown man yelling for the police on a bright Sunday afternoon in the park with no one harming you? Even if a police officer did come over here after he filled his quota, he'd probably take you as a nut.
My God, I just came here to read, and now you want me to give up the bench? You're mad.
Peter, I got news for you, as they say. I'm on your precious bench, and you're never going to have it for yourself ever again.
Look, you, this is my bench. I want this bench to myself. I want you off it!
Oh, look who's mad!
Get out!
No!
I warn you!
Do you have any idea how ridiculous you look now?
It doesn't matter. Get away from my bench!
Why? You have everything in the world you could possibly want. You told me about your home, you told me about your family, about your own little zoo, and now you want this? Tell me, Peter, are these the things men fight for? Peter, is this bench, is this iron and this wood, is this your honor? Is this the thing in the world you fight for? Do you have any idea how absurd that sounds?
Absurd? Look, I'm not going to talk to you about honor, or even try to explain it to you. Besides, it isn't even a question of honor. But even if it were, you wouldn't understand.
You don't have any idea what you're saying, do you? You know, this is probably the first time in your life you've had anything more challenging to deal with than changing your cat's toilet box. Stupid. Don't you have any idea at all what other people really need?
Oh boy, look at you. Well, you don't need this bench, that's for sure.
Yes, I do.
I've come here for years. I have hours of great pleasure, great satisfaction, right here. And that's important to a man. I'm a responsible person, and I'm a grown-up. This is my bench, and you have no right to take it away from me.
Then fight for it. Defend yourself. Defend your bench.
You pushed me to it. Get up and fight.
Or like a man.
Yes, like a man, if you continue to mock me even further.
You know, Peter, you surprise me. You are baseball on a slightly nearsighted one at that, I think.
That's enough!
You have, as they say, a certain dignity about you. It surprises me.
Stop!
Very well. Very well, Peter. Oh, we'll battle for the bench. Well, we're not evenly matched.
Oh.
You're mad. You're stark raving mad! You're going to kill me.
There you go. Pick up the knife. We'll be more evenly matched.
No!
You fight. You fight for your self-respect. You fight for that goddamn bench.
No! Help!
You fight, you miserable little bastard. You fight for your manhood. You fight for your self-respect. That little vegetable, you couldn't even get your wife with a male child.
It's a matter of genetics, not manhood. You monster! Now I'm going to give you one last chance. Get out of here and leave me alone!
So be it.
Ah!
Thank you, Peter. Thank you. I mean that now. Thank you. I came unto you. You have comforted me. Dear Peter.
Oh my God!
Peter, you want to get out of here. Before somebody comes along. You want to get out of here.
Oh my God! Oh my
Peter,
God!
Peter. Wait, I want to tell you something. You're not a vegetable. You're an animal. You're an animal, too. Get out of here. See? Wait. Peter. That's your book. That's your book. That's right. Beside me. Beside your bench. My picture out. Hurry now. Hurry, Peter.